Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. My friend Callie, who lives in Dubai, who came to me for a reading several years ago, and she has referred many people to me from Dubai. She wanted to know if I had ever done a group reading when things became a little personal for one person, and if I continued the reading with the group or if I took them aside, or exactly how I handled that. So what I do if I'm doing a group reading is, of course, if I'm doing a group reading, that means they all stay together. But every once in a while, I'll connect with someone and something very personal comes in. And how I know it's personal is because the wonderful medium, evidential medium, George Anderson, I learned from him by observing him that he worked very closely with guides on the other side and with spirit energies on the other side. And if they showed him a clothesline with clothes hanging, that was a sign for him, a symbol for him. Don't air their dirty linens. And I took that from him. And I said to my guides, whenever you show me that, that will tell me something personal is connected with the person, and I should take that person aside. So that's what I do. Again, as a spiritual evidential medium, I teach, and I the way I do it, which is forming a strong relationship with my guides on the other side, and I work very closely with them when I'm doing my readings. So if I'm doing a group and I see that clothesline with the linens, that's a sign for me, a cue for me to take that person aside. So what I usually do in a group reading is I'll say, could you, kindly meet with me after this group reading just for 5 minutes. I have a message that's rather personal. I remember there was one time in particular when a parent came with their adult child and some of the friends, and this parent announced to me in the beginning that she was paying for all of this, so there were no secrets, and that I should feel free to just say whatever comes through. So I thought, fine, but this is how I work. And of course, halfway through this group reading, an energy came in, and out came the clothesline, and I stopped the reading and I said, excuse me, I said, but do you mind if I just take you aside? Could I just see you for 5 minutes alone? And the parent stood up and said, oh no, that's not necessary. There's no secrets here and we share everything, so please feel free to continue. And I said, well, I'm very sorry. I said, I know that you'll be paying me for this group reading, but I work for Spirit, and they're asking me to take this person aside. And it happened to be the adult child of this parent, and I took the person aside, and I shared some very personal information, more or less forgiveness from the other side. And this person was so profoundly grateful that I didn't say this in front of the parent, because the parent knew nothing about this circumstance that had happened between this adult child and the person in spirit. So that's one of those times that I remember that very thing did happen. So again, for me, what I do is I work symbolically with my guides, and when I get a signal from them that's something personal, or if I feel that something very personal is coming through, I know enough to stop myself. And that's why education is so important when we do this work. Because, for people to say to me when they come here to learn, they'll say to me, well, I'm already a medium. I've been seeing since I'm a kid, or I've been hearing since I'm a kid. I'll say to them, well, that's this much of it. Now you have to learn the rest of it. You have to learn the etiquette of mediumship, the do's and the don'ts. So there's really so much more involved. And of course, removing the myths and fears is key, and doing it in God's love and light. So, it's really important. It's the whole package. It's just not a little piece of it. You have to understand and learn the entire package of it. So I hope that answers your question. And as always, I leave you in God's love and light.